Welcome to the Zesty Life series here at Transitions. My name is Karen Pettigrew, and living a Zesty life kind of came to me after a number of years, actually, a number of years of refining, if you will. I realized that my mission is to help restore the zest in my own and inspire that in other people's lives. I spent 15 years in corporate marketing and strategy, and 5 years ago I quit and wrote my first book called I Quit. And it tells a story of, it's a narrative workbook. I tell my own story and excerpts from other people's experiences with finding themselves in a place where what they're doing is not serving them, is no longer serving them. I was still doing a really good job, I just wasn't having a whole lot of fun. And it was really taking its toll on me, emotionally, spiritually. I had 2 young children, 2 and 4 at home at the time, my husband, my house, the whole, I was trying to do the superwoman thing. And left, wrote the first book, started my workshops and my one-on-ones, and that led to public speaking, and eventually I found myself here. My latest book is the first in a series of what I call pocketbooks for the soul. And the idea is that what I recognized in my own practice was that people may have had the greatest intentions. They wanted to change. They wanted to make shifts. How are you? And they couldn't seem to stay on track. I could have written this book. It's called The Invitation, The Secret to Creating Your Best Life. And it's 42 pages. I realized that I could have written it in 200, except what I was seeing was that people don't know how to get off the treadmill. Our worlds are operating at what I call the speed of click. If you aren't moving at that speed, then you may get missed. I also realized we can't fight the technology. It's not going to go the other way. So my whole effort is to begin to create content that people can digest in 60 minutes. But enough to crack the doorway open. Look at this bookstore. There's thousands and thousands of books that people can have access to. All I want to do is open the doorway to the rest of this. Because many people will say, I don't have time to read that 200-page book. Yeah, it looks really interesting, I want to, but. So we're taping the series so that they can be made available on the internet. Because people can watch things that they won't read, or they can listen to things they won't read, or can't find the time to do that. So the first Monday of every month, we're meeting here, we're creating a community. I invite you to come back because we play a little bit. Fabulous things happen here, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that. We've got one person with a fabulous story and big news to share, but we'll share that at the end. I encourage you to open your hearts, to be willing to play, to expect fabulous things to happen, because that's the way it works. You see what you're looking for, So if you're not looking for it, it's quite likely that you won't see it. You'll miss it, the opportunity, the miracle. You'll miss it. And they happen around us all the time. So I encourage you to come back and play with us. Once a month we come out and it's fun because we're starting to have some regulars. And my intention is to interview people, not necessarily the marquee status people, the Wayne Dyers, the Oprahs, the Bill. Of course, they look like they're manifesting all over the place. But what about the everydays? What about those people who are really living joyfully, doing what they love, living from spirit first, but very actively in this 3D, 5 sensory world? But they're living with the 6th, 7th, and 8th senses available to them and doing it. My thing is to let people know that real people, if you will, are doing this successfully, and to come out and play and share in that. So that's what the Zesty Life is all about. I hope you're living a zesty life. Before we get started, what I always like to do is have everybody take just a deep breath. And exhale with an ah. One more time. In deeply. Most of us only breathe this much. We shallow breathe. And I won't get all into it because we'll get off track. And I could go on for years, so careful. Rein me in a little bit. I want you to turn to the person that you're sitting next to. Everybody just pair up. And what I want you to do is to just close your eyes for a second. And I want you to decide between your pair who's going to go first. Just raise your hand. Just somebody pick first. If you've got a three-person, it's okay. You'll have one person who'll still go first. Okay. So who's going to go first? Raise your hand. Okay. What you're going to do is just close your eyes, take a deep breath, and then I want you to imagine that you're going to dive into your heart. And when you dive into your heart, you're going to pull something up that's meant for the person or persons at your table. And all you're going to do is share the first thing. I'm asking your spirit to share something with their spirits that they need to know. So you're just going to dive into your heart, pull it up, and share whatever comes up for you with the person that's your partner. And then we're going to switch. So we're going to make sure that everybody has a turn. We're going to take 3 minutes to do this. Not hard. Okay? Okay, how was that? How was that as an experience? Giving and receiving. Something, I mean, I don't know how many of you know each other, but, just kind of giving and receiving from people that you don't necessarily know, but who can see something in you that connects you. It really is that simple. It really is that simple day to day. And a great practice is to just randomly give somebody a gift like that you don't know. The cashier behind the table, or somebody in a grocery store, or somebody that you just meet. Go ahead and tell them, I love your shirt, or great earrings, or you have such beautiful eyes. Don't be stingy with praise. And amazing things will happen in your life. Hi, welcome. As a result of doing that. Come on in. We're just getting started. You've got perfect timing for me to introduce Janice Mitchell. Janice and I met several years ago, but Janice is a fabulous interior design artist, I'm going to say, who has developed what I think is an amazing process for helping people align their spirit with their homes and their homes with their spirit. She calls it soul dwellings. We're going to be the beneficiaries of a little example a little further on into the process. Janice has a fabulous past. She's a dynamite person. I've watched her develop her intuitive abilities actually over time. And this new process is just fun. It just really is fun. And it is taking, I think, the message of spirit to another level, which is, it's not about just your meditation time. And it's not about just, when you sit down at night, you may pray or you may meditate. We don't have to turn that off. We don't. We may not be listening to it, but to live in spirit means you create a relationship that you are interacting all the time. And I think Janice's work gives us another vehicle for reminding us of that. Your home, interacting in your home, with your home, how you view it. It's just very exciting. So I am honored and grateful to have Janice here with us. So everybody welcome Janice.